Oh, it's almost Christmas. Let me just do real quick. Get you down a little bit. Okay, the beauty of live video. Okay, we are live for part 2 of the Christmas list for wine lovers, and there was just so much last time, and I felt like I needed 2 videos to get all of this done. So let's get started because we have a lot to accomplish and not a lot of time to do it in. So before I get started, I think it's only appropriate that I continue to drink during this. So I will start with my first gift, which is going to be this very, very brand new wine, which was just released, I think, like 3 days ago, and I'm really excited because this is a really good friend of mine. This is Grounded Wine Company's Steady State red wine from Josh Phelps, and Josh is the son of one of my favorite winemakers, Chris Phelps, who made Dominus back in the day, and then he makes one of my favorite wines called Ad Vivum. Josh is around my age, he's young, he's sprightly, and he just started making this wine, and I'm very, very excited for his inaugural vintage. This is going to hit the shelves for around $65. I am a big fan of what he's doing. I think he's going to be doing a lot of really fun, creative things with this wine, and I definitely will be sipping on this while we go through all of my favorite Christmas gifts for you guys this year. And hopefully you're not stressing out too much. Hopefully you are ordering lots of gifts online so you're not trying to like park in gross parking lots and work your way through malls, which always kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna get started. So gift number 1, Steady State by Grounded Wine Co. from Josh Phelps. And of course, none of you should be surprised by this because I talk about it all the time. My favorite wine glass, and this will be another gift to give this year. This is Zalto wine glass. So if you've ever watched any of my videos, I use these exclusively. I love the Zalto wine glass. They are brilliant for all things wine, and I love them because they're light, they're delicate, but most importantly, they actually do affect the flavor of the wine. I've done side by side with other glasses, and it really does make a very big difference. Now, I will say there's a lot of different sizes of these glasses, so if you are just going to be committing to 1 or 2 glasses because they are a little bit on the expensive side, go for the standard Bordeaux glass. I love this glass. It's very all-purpose for me. I find the burgundy, the joys of live video, the burgundy glass to be a little bit too large. It's just a way too big of a glass. Now, if you're somebody that really doesn't drink a lot of red wine, I recommend the smaller, more white all-purpose glass, which I also use for champagne. So if I were you and I were buying a gift and I had a little bit of money to splurge, because they're about $60 a piece, so not inexpensive, but definitely well worth the investment, get 2 of these white wine glasses, get 2 of the Bordeaux glasses, and I think you'll be just fine. So let me get some wine in my glass. Yay! Because what is a Christmas, I keep saying that wrong, what is a wine lover's Christmas list video without a little wine? So, very, very classic Cassis Cabernet. I'm really loving these 15 vintages. So far, so good on what's been coming out of there. Really nice, big, bold fruit, but also a little bit relaxed in the palate, not too overwhelming. So I've been enjoying the younger 15s as of late. So I'm gonna move this out of the way because you guys have kind of gotten the feel for that. I'm gonna continue sipping on this. So as we go through this, we're gonna be going from everything from stocking stuffer to splurge today. So everything on a very affordable level all the way up to a very expensive level, which I'm sure you can guess is on this side of the equation. So I'll start with the stocking stuffer, which you guys, I kind of talked about it in the first video. I did a little taste test. I did the experiment. It was amazing. If you haven't watched the Christmas gift, gosh, why can't I not say this? I named it myself. The Wine Lover's Christmas Gift Part 1. If you haven't watched that, I urge you to watch that first because I did do the experiment with this little product called the Repour, and the Repour really impressed me. I was not expecting to have good results with this, but lo and behold, I did, and I'm very excited about it. So the Repour, what is the Repour? Well, the Repour basically is just, it comes in a little 4-pack like this, and or bigger or smaller, whatever you want. Basically, all it is it's a wine saver, it's a preserver. So one-time use, you pull the little tab off of the bottom of it, and inside of here on the very top, you've got something that actually takes out the oxygen from on top of the bottle and allegedly from within the actual wine and preserves it for up to 4 weeks. Very, very impressive if it actually works. And if you haven't watched the other video, you'll find out whether it works, but it really does. It was actually very impressive. And this is only $8.99 for the whole 4-pack. So well worth the investment if you are somebody that doesn't consume a full bottle in one sitting, if you are somebody that just likes to have a glass a night, or if you just want to have a little bit of fun with lots of different wines and whatever your purpose is. These are really awesome. It's a great little stocking stuffer. You could even take them out of the box if you just wanted to get like a box of 4 and put one in everybody's stocking and have a little fun with that. So that just kind of goes right in the top of here. Of course, I would normally pull that tab off, but I will probably be drinking all of that wine tonight. So Repour for $8.99. That's your little stocking stuffer, which is very exciting. Number 2, I think this is important if you are a wine taster, if you're somebody that tastes wine as much as I do, and maybe some of you will think I'm crazy, spit cups are a necessity. And, oh gosh, that would be terrible. Spit cups are one of those things that a lot of you are like, I don't understand. Why would you ever need spit cups? Well, I taste a lot of wine, and I taste wine professionally, and I cannot get drunk while I'm tasting these wines. So I need spit cups. And normally you'll see me like spitting into like a ceramic vessel or something. I actually wanted to get something a little bit more for that. And move this out of the way because I'm very nervous it's going to spill in this, and that would be bad. So I'll move this out of the way. These spit cups are awesome. They're actually, I mean, as I'm sure you can imagine, not exactly just spit cups. They're stainless steel tumblers that I bought on Amazon. A 6-pack is $16.99. Really simple, easy tumblers. You could use them for water, you could use them for whatever you want, but the most important thing is the fact that they are antibacterial. You can easily throw them in the dishwasher and not feel like they're gonna have like gross wine sediment. So do you need spit cups if you are just a novice wine drinker? If you're just somebody that like loves to consume wine? Probably not. But if you are an aspiring sommelier, if you are a sommelier, if you want to taste lots of different wines, you need to be able to spit, and these are awesome for that. I thought that was kind of a fun little applicable gift for someone who is a serious wine connoisseur that needs something like this, and it's very multi-purpose. So that is gift number 2, and those are, oh, I'm sorry, they're $15.99. Also, I will pause and tell you that Amazon just started this really cool thing where influencers have their own page, and I can put all of the products that I like on one particular page. So I will link that below. So you just have to go to that one page. It's all up there. Now, of course, the wines are not going to be on there, unfortunately, because Amazon still has not figured out that situation yet, but hopefully they will soon. So anything that's non-wine related, meaning the glasses, the Repour, the spit cups, and then of course all of the books from the last episode, they will all be on my page. And I think it's just like amazon.com/SOMMVIVANT, but like I said, I'll link it below. Moving right along, we have so much to cover. This is so exciting. So moving right along, I, as you all know, love champagne, and what I love more than champagne is my champagne to actually be cold when I'm drinking it. And sometimes when I take champagne with me, and if I'm going to a friend's house, or really what I love this for, you may have seen me fly Jet Suite, and Jet Suite is a little private, not private jet service that I fly between Concord and Burbank. Very, very affordable, and they actually let you bring wine on the plane. But the problem with my doing that the first time was by the time I left my house with a bottle of champagne, ice cold, and got on the plane, of course it wasn't that chilly anymore. So I was like, this sucks. I don't want to carry a whole cooler on the plane with me. What should I do? Well, flash forward a few months later, a friend of mine, we had a little picnic, and he brought champagne like a gentleman in this wine cooler. And I was like, that is so freaking brilliant. How did I not know about this? So these are wine cooler sleeves, and as you can see, it just goes right over the top of it. Put this whole thing in your freezer. It takes about 2 hours to freeze, and then it slips right on like this. Keeps your champagne ice cold. Now, there are 2 brands of these little wine cooler things. I think they're fairly identical. This is maybe a little bit more malleable, which I like. I feel like this conforms to the body of the champagne bottle versus this one that is a little bit more of like a square fit. So I prefer this, but if you are loving things like Le Creuset, which is the brand of this one, and you like that brand appeal, this is also fantastic. They're about the same price. What is different about these two is this Biga brand, B-I-G-A, is also $30, and it's available on Prime and will ship in time for Christmas. This one will not. That is not available on Prime. I don't know why. It's so stupid. Why anything would be on Amazon that's not Prime, I don't understand. But anyway, it's my little thing for the day. So I really love these. I think these are great. I think this is an awesome little gift for someone who is a wine lover, because I really don't like those wine carrying cases that have just like the inserts on the side. It doesn't really keep anything cold, and then it's just bad. I don't like it. This is much more effective, and it really does keep champagne cold for hours. I mean, I think he put it in the car probably 4 hours before we had lunch, and it was ice cold by the time we sat down and drank it. So very impressive, very silly little thing that like seems so obvious, just like the Repour and so many other things that we've talked about. And I really like this a lot. So that is next gift. I'm gonna go to some of these bigger gifts now. Champagne is not one of them, but I've got to move some things around. So I'm gonna put this on the ground and this on the ground. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna be blocked. And we're gonna move to the wine section of this video, because of course, what would a wine lover's Christmas list be without a little bit of wine? So I tried to make it a little bit different than some of my other wine recommendation videos, because I didn't want to recommend actual bottles. I really wanted to recommend more of a service that was easy for you guys to utilize. So what I did was I went to one of my favorite wine shops, Acme, here in St. Helena. And I love Acme. I think Acme is a team of great trust agents that I of course trust. And hear that, Santa's coming. It's a team of great sommeliers, former somms that have worked at Press where I work. The office is right in the middle of St. Helena, and they've got some of the best connections with local vintners and know this area really, really well. So they specialize in Napa Valley wine just like I do, but more on the retail side of things. So I went to them when I wanted to do this Christmas video, and I was like, what do you guys recommend? What do you think is the best way to gift wine if you want to do something different and interesting? Of course, they naturally had a solution, which was their wine club, which I just think is fantastic. So this is the Big Kahuna Wine Club. Now, what the Big Kahuna is a monthly wine club. Now, you can sign up for it for 1 month if you wanted to gift it, but if you wanted to keep it for yourself for down the road, what they offer is a concierge service. So they curate these 3 bottles not to exceed $500 a month, plus shipping. They ship to every state, I think, except for Utah. They curate 3 bottles, usually from the Napa Valley, usually more undiscovered gems. So big, beautiful Cabernets typically, but then that also gets you access to some of the more allocated wines that they have access to, like your Screaming Eagles, your Harlans, your Bonds, your Sloan, Levy McClellan, all of those things that you might have a hard time getting your hands on normally, they have access to, and being part of the Big Kahuna Club helps to give you access to that a little bit easier. So what this is for you right now is $500 will get you 3 bottles of fantastic Napa Cabernet, and they will hand select it themselves. And what I love about that is they are just so wonderful about assessing the needs of their customers and finding the perfect bottles. So they put together this Kahuna. This has got 3 bottles, the Carte Blanche 2012. This is actually a wine that we've got at Press right now. This is by Nicholas Allen. His family purchased Aubrion, and then this is his wine here in Napa Valley. It was formerly made by Luc Morlaix, who's famous for lots of 100-point wines, and then I think in the 2012 vintage, Helen Keplinger took it over. Great sort of undiscovered Napa Cabernet, very big, mocha rich Cabernet. The second we have is Fémon, or the Fat Man, as the winemaker likes to call it. This is Benoit Duquette. Benoit is super famous here in the Valley, French winemaker. He's done everything from Realm, which you might be familiar with. He did Cata. He's got his own label, which of course Fémon, and he's pulling the fruit for this particular wine from the Sleeping Lady Vineyard in Yountville. Now, why is that important? Well, the Sleeping Lady in Yountville, and I'll take this full circle for you, Sleeping Lady Vineyard is actually a vineyard that Chris Phelps, this guy's dad, uses for Ad Vivum. He was the one that sort of revitalized that whole vineyard and really kind of put it back on the map, very close to the Dominus Vineyard. So this is Benoit's bottling of Sleeping Lady Vineyard. It retails for about $190, and you're getting that in this $500 box here. And then third, and I thought this was just so wonderful that they included this because I love these guys. This is Perlis, the Ravens. All the fruit is from Calistoga. These guys were unfortunately affected by the fires this year. So I thought it was really nice that they included them, not just because of that. I mean, the wine is really fantastic. I've been a huge advocate for the Perlis wine in years past. I really like it. I don't think I've had this 14 vintage yet. I'm very familiar with the 11, 12, and 13, which Aaron Pott makes. And Aaron is another great big heavy hitter winemaker here in the Valley. So 3 really great wines, especially if you've got someone in your life that is a bit of a collector that loves Napa Valley wines, but just kind of has everything. These are very under the radar, but still big. It's why they call it the Kahuna Club. It's the big kahunas that these same guys will really enjoy. So if you are interested in gifting that, make sure you give Acme a call. They will set everything up for you, take care of shipping. They're fantastic. I just really love them. I think they do a wonderful job, and I trust them implicitly. I've used them for a lot of different things. If 500 is a little steep for you, they also do have different levels of wine club that you might enjoy as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this and bring you to my very last selection here. We've got something very cool. I'm very excited to share this with you guys. This is a project that I recently became aware of, and I will preface this with, this is the splurge. This is the big splurge, so this is not going to be for everyone. I do understand that this is very expensive, but I also thought it was a really cool concept. And you know, it's hard sometimes buying wines for people that kind of have everything, for wine collectors, for guys that buy the first grows, they're on the list at every place, and you're like, what the heck do I get this person, because they've got everything. And I thought this was really lovely, and I just thought it was such a beautiful way to give a gift. So without any further ado, I give you Depiction. So what is Depiction? Well, Depiction is a really cool project from Sebastian and Estelle Lane. And Sebastian was a real estate guy here in Napa Valley, and he came across this vineyard, which is actually not too far from where we are here in St. Helena. And the vineyard is sort of situated over near Las Piedras Vineyard, near Dr. Crane Vineyard, so really beautiful wines that have come out of there. This particular vineyard that he owns or runs himself, that vineyard is his, and he makes the wine completely from that vineyard. He studied under another winemaker for about 2 years, whose name I cannot divulge, but you would be very impressed to know who it was. So I'll leave it at that. But what I will say that they're doing very differently, aside from the fact that it's got incredible real estate, something I've never seen before, and I thought it was so brilliant, and I can't believe nobody's done it before, but of course it is very creative. They have a love of art. So what they did was they pick a different artist every year, and in this case they picked a Parisian street artist, and they had this street artist make a mural. So they made this mural here, and every single bottle has a piece of this mural. So they cut it up into different sections and they put it on this label. So every single bottle, all 405 magnums, are all different. So I thought, wow, that is just so unique and so different, and so beautiful. And of course, they took all of that time to make these beautiful, beautiful labels, and they of course are all removable. So I'll show you all of them, and then of course each bottle is numbered with the corresponding piece of that mural puzzle. I think this is just so beautiful and such a great gift. It only comes in 3 packs. There are only 405 magnums. It is a magnum only bottling, and Acme only has 12 of these. So this probably will sell out very, very quickly. So if this is of interest to you, it's $1,650 for the 3 pack. I know it's a lot of money, but I do think this is a really, really amazing, not only wine, which I've tasted and it's fantastic, but also just a beautiful way to gift someone art in a very unique way. So that is Depiction 2014. It does come in this beautiful box. It will ship. It comes with this. It comes with a lovely letter. And of course, not very much to go around. Despite it being so expensive, it does sell out every vintage. So I thought that was a really beautiful splurge. I think, you know, giving wine is really great, but I always love when a wine has a little bit of a story and something more meaningful and long lasting. And wouldn't it be nice to just kind of like collect all of these over the course of different vintages and have something lasting to hold on to? So available at Acme. Make sure you give them a call. I know shipping at this point, to get it to you in time for Christmas, you're gonna have to go air, which they can definitely handle. But make sure you're calling those girls and getting your orders in, especially for something like this, which is very heavy and it's going to take a little bit more care to ship to you. Now, of course, if you're not needing it right away for the holidays, if you're not needing it right now for Christmas, they can take care of all of that and get it to you when you need it. So I think that should do it. And I'm going to take another sip of my wine because I haven't been doing a very good job of that. Lovely. I hope that you all are not stressing about Christmas right now. I hope that you are enjoying the holidays and taking the time to relax, have a glass of wine, catch up on some old YouTube videos just like I'm doing. And if you've got questions or comments about any of the products, where you can find them, everything's going to be linked below in the description. But also I look forward to your feedback. If you know any of these wines, if you've used any of these products, if you have questions about where to find them, or anything that I've talked about, please make sure to comment below. I'm very, very responsive down there. And then also follow me on Instagram and chat with me there. I'm always putting up things on Instagram on a more daily basis. And I love talking to you guys on there. I think it's really fun to connect with everyone. And it's been so awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who has been showing up at press lately. I feel like a few of you have come by and said hello and told me all about your adventures. And it's been really fun connecting with a lot of you out there. It kind of warms my heart in a nice little Christmassy way. So thank you all so much for watching, as always. I had a few more products, so we're a little bit over 20 minutes right now, but hopefully that gets you ready to go for Christmas. Hopefully that gives you a nice little directive and little list to go off of, and I wish you all a wonderful holiday. I hope you're getting to spend it with family and friends, and of course with some delicious wine. So thanks for watching, as always, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you all very soon. Bye. Oh, make sure you hit subscribe and like. Don't forget that.